Hello guys, hello. Welcome back to FRR. FRR Season 3, Tier 1, round number 5. And we are at France, but today we are at a sprint race today. I didn't realise it until I got in the lobby, but this is going to be a great sprint race for France around France. And joined by me today is again DTYT. Hello, how are you?
Yes, I'm fine, honestly, Jake. I'm excited for the Tier 1 race today. Actually, I haven't spectated one, so I want to see what it's like instead of Tier 2.
Yep, that's good. So give you a quick facts update for France. Circuit Paul Ricard is the actual name for it. 5.842 kilometers, aka 3.630 miles, 15 turns, and two DRS detection zones. And the number one is just coming off turn 6 exit. And then number two is just before turn 14, and we have the speed trap at the end of turn number start at the end before we go into turn number 8. Yep, and it is a short qualifying, and then we head into the sprint race. So I'm sure this is going to be full of fun and enjoyment in FOR. I'm excited to have a sprint here today. We have got the good old 16 drivers. That's what we like to see. Obviously, it is 2 week break Easter holidays, so we're not expecting full grids probably. Well, you won't be expecting me on comms for Saturday and next Monday. That's to say. So I'm back. Probably it'll be my last comms until next Monday and Monday after. But we are in qualifying them, and we wait for our first drivers to come out of the garage. It looks like Ferrari of Stocky will be first out of the garage. Our championship leader at the moment is going to be, well, not first out because Wheat will be first. Then season career driver standings. Then we top three: Stocky P172 and 20 Blown P2, and then Brad 61 point behind and 60 points behind. What do you think of those standings, DT?
What did you say? I couldn't hear that, actually.
What do you think of the standings, DT?
Um, very bunched up, really. It's
He's got some issues in that Mercedes currently, but we do have Wheat. He will be first. Start. He's ready to come around the corner and get himself underway as DRS will be wide open for the Williams driver, and he'll be first to start his lap. As then we head into the turn 1, immediately then turning right into turn 2. Now on the power, don't run too wide up as you will increase your chances of invalidating. I personally love this sector of the track, lovely and flowing. Fourth gear on the power, coming up to our first DRS detection zone. His first sector will be a 22.5, then heading down the second straight with DRS enabled. A good overtaking spot this straight is. And what's his speed trap? Speed trap will be about 210 miles per hour. Or and he invalidates by cutting the corner too much. You've got to be aware of that. So very poor mistake from Wheaters. Stocky is also invalidated on his lap. And then we
3 RPs
next,
on a lap at the moment.
let's have a little look at him then.
Through Sector 2 now.
He is also invalidated. Filthy scrubber dub then. Is he going to invalidate this lap, or is he actually going to do this lap? Second sector then. It's 50.3. Purple second sector. He hasn't invalidated as of yet. And full flat out until this corner. Braking very sharply and using the track as much as possible, using all of it there. Nearly going off track, but he uses it absolutely fine. Mr. Williams Filthy Scrubbing up now on the power, and he'll be rounding the final few corners now as we head into turn 14. Keeping it close to that curb there, and then turn 15 on the power. DRS enabled then for Filthy Scrubbing up. First across the line. This will be the time to beat a 1:31.050. That is the time to beat, DT.
And it's not bad. Not bad lap, honestly. On board with that. Honestly, perfect all the way through. We've also got TVA floor here. Going through. Does go faster. As well. Not a bad benchmark time by Filthy, but it was easily gonna get beaten by Floor. No doubt about it.
Yeah, fully
His,
agreed.
his, his pace is basically unreal.
No, he did catch up on Stocky in the championship from last week. Stocky had some major problems last week with that last lap puncher losing it to Tomlock. Tomlock got his first win in Tier 1 this season, and I think any other season in FRR. Tomlock did absolutely splendid last week and did the perfect strategy on those hard tyres.
Oh, wow.
My god.
What
dear.
a lap!
Wow. That's got us speechless. As Wheat says a 31.1. I'm very speechless about that lap, but can Trey RT do anything to beat it? That is the question as he rounds the final corner on the power. Trey RT is in this championship fight, but he's just had some inconsistent races, and he needs to be more consistent as Trey RT gets nowhere near that. He's a 30.5. Do you think anyone can beat that lap time?
Nah, I've honestly maybe Stocky if he sectors.
Ooh.
He might have a chance if he needs to.
It's a great lap, isn't it?
Yeah, it was a crack, absolute banger of a lap though by Elite. I'm very impressed.
Yeah, I couldn't even do that myself. Says it all.
Yeah, me either. Honestly, my pace is weird. It's the me.
What are you seeing that you think it's glitched?
It's Brad's on the inters.
Little look. Brad is on the inters. He is on the inters.
I think the lobby's glitched. I've seen this before. Where if someone's lobby could be all dry and then if they're in the same one, like two-player career, it could be wet.
Yeah, I think he's just testing it out, testing the track out. He is on inters, by the way. He is on inters. It shows on the screen he is on inters, so he's chosen that, and that is his choice at the end of the day, and we have to respect that, as we won't go on board. We'll follow on other people, as they're not on that. So we'll follow the top. Take us through it, DT.
Sector 1, not bad. As you said, this part of the track is flowy, lovely with the corners. 22-3, purple sector right now, so might not mean anything. Go through as we are through the first DRS zone here. Up before the quick chicane. Late on the brakes. Through bit of oversteer. Really hard on the power there. Just keep himself near the edge. This part you do want to start using all of the track here. Because as you said, more of the track would probably be better. And I forgot to say, he did go with Purple Sector 2. This is a great lap from Top Gun here. Again, all the track winds up for that corner. Uses all the curb on the exit. Into the last part of the corner here. Not bad through there. It's all about this. How bad is he going to get the power down? No curb on the exit. DRS activated. It's a drag race down to the straight here. It's a 130.2. Doesn't go faster than Elite. So unlucky to him.
Yeah, and it's a decent enough lap to put him into the top three. As Brad comes across the line on those inters, yeah, as expected, not to the lap time to seize Billy Whiz. Verde is now on board with our championship leader. Stocky has got to get as many points as possible. He did say he is missing 2 more rounds. He's missing 2 rounds towards the end of the season, so he has really got to make amends if he wants to win this championship in style. As he also sets a 51.1 flat this time. He might have the McLaren in his way, so he'll probably be saying to the McLaren, "Move out of my way now, please."
Oh no, give me a second. I'm just gonna have to quickly invite someone.
As we continue on with Stocky now, in third gear now around the final corner, and what can the Ferrari driver do? DRS enabled foot to the floor for Stocky F1 across the line, and Stocky sets a 30.235. It puts him on to the front row of the grid, so it's a good lap from Stocky. But I think Stocky at time from Elite Risks is an absolute blinder. And talking about Elite Risks, he has gone a tenth faster in that first sector. This man is on something at the moment. When I mean he's on something, he is on something, because he's on the flyer as a big mistake, and that is his lap over. I don't think he needs to go out again, don't you? 'Cause he's too fast.
Law's on a lap at the moment. See where you can put him. This time, no oversteer. If you're on board with that.
I am.
Right, that's good then. Right for the part. He's faster. Purple sector 2 there. Could he try and have a go at it? Late on the brakes there. Through the corner. Nice and wide on the exit. Elite getting in the way there. Recommend not doing that if I were you. Wow, that was sharp through there, going into the left. All the curve on the exit. It is an absolute flyer here. Can he set a good lap? A 130 flat. So they are starting to catch up here.
Yes, but it's not close enough to Elite. No one's in the 29G except from this man, who is actually going to start a lap again. What is it? What did he had for his breakfast this morning? What has he had for breakfast? Porridge, as they would say. That would help you out, like Valtteri Bottas did when he won the Australian Grand Prix. Not this year, last year. And he absolutely blended it as
my God. Again. But he does go faster. He did go faster through there, but it probably doesn't matter anyways. I think he's still going to continue on though.
Let's see what his middle sector time is.
Yeah, he's invalidated.
It's over.
You'll probably have to get back into the pits.
Oh, Raz is going for a spin. Doesn't want to break that front wing, and he does avoid very well. Ginny Rain's in the pits. Flo's done his lap. But anyways, has invalidated his lap. So we currently got no Ultra RT. I think he's on a lap at the moment. It's the Red Bull driver.
Invalidated, I'm pretty sure.
No, he's on a lap. Nope.
It's good. It's good right now. I was looking at the wrong person.
Oh, no,
Guys, pulling some pits.
Yeah. probably seen he's down on time, and there's no point. There's no point using. Well, we might as well go on a fresher set now, because we are coming into the last part of qualifying. But it was still invalidated.
Seriously
Yep.
though, what has Elite had for breakfast? That was a storm of first lap.
As Scruff, Tomlock and Billy Wiz have not are yet to set a lap, but I think Billy Wiz is gonna take us around for a lap around Paul Ricard. In the Haas, it
Yep,
would have been
he's
a
starting.
36. It would have been a 36.7, so it would have put him behind Brad anyway. So
And he's had a spin. Oh great.
oh, he's gonna get. Oh, and he's
And
reset to track.
his teammate falls on a lap. Top Gun. Just going through the end of Sector 1 here. Does go faster, he's a tenth faster through Sector 1. If that was you, Jake, what would you think of that
Of what?
right now? If you were Top Gun, a good set, would you just push it to the end here? Just try and get as fast as you can, but not invalidate it?
I don't know, but oh wow, he is 2.5 and attempts up basically. I think this is gonna, at the moment, it will push him up to the front row with Elite, but it's not going to be good enough to put him on pole position as his fuel light is flashing. So he's hoping the fuel doesn't run out by the time he finishes laps. This looks like a very good lap from the Haas driver. His teammate's not doing very well, but can he show his teammate how it is done, as he's really being very aggressive. He wants to try and get the best lap possible, as he doesn't use as much of the curb as Fo did. And he comes across line. Is this going to be a second man to the 129s? Unfortunately, it's not.
Not bad. Still not
He's into
bad
the
though.
free.
Does put him up on the board.
Yep. Brad is going to be starting his lap in the Ferrari driver. Never has a good qualifying, Brad, but he does come back at it in the races. Tom Lock is struggling with these issues. Here comes the Ferrari driver. Doesn't spin it like Billy Wiz did. As Billy Wiz talking about the man, he has retired in the pits, and I'm hoping that is Billy Wiz retiring in the pits.
Yeah, that's crazy off there. In Sector 3, he's in the wall.
That's going to be quality over for crazy then. As Billy Wiz will get a penalty for that, but we're currently on board with the Ferrari driver, currently on a 36.1, not really on a lap, as Crazy Griefer is going to be starting behind Billy Wiz, and he will be starting P16, blocking the pit lane, I believe. But the game is being the game. If you're spinning, why are you getting disqualified for something like that? So he'll be starting last in the Alpine, and he won't be too impressed at all. That is going to be very annoying for Crazy Griefer. His good work has been done over by the game, as Brad 3C is now adventuring around the final few corners. He said he's not looking forward to this track. He just wants to bring it home all in one piece without spinning today, as he does around the final corner. He gets on the power then. Brad comes across the line. It's going to be a 31.256. Doesn't move him up a place, and that's where he'll be starting. His Elite Risks has invalidated his lap, and that first lap he can only do because he's not going to get another lap time in. And Flo is up. If Flo can still pole position, this would be a great sprint, as the Top Gun has retired.
We just hope that this exit can probably open him up. Brad retires. T retires.
Right then. Our man
Stop.
to focus.
Ooh.
This is going to be close between Flo and Elite Risk, because Flo is now a tenth and a half up. If he can keep this lap on, he can take pole position for the French Grand Prix in the sprint. This is looking like a very good lap from Flo, as Rata Gamer moves up to P4.
Also, Stocky got 1.13, well, 0.113 tenths before pole position, which is elite. It's all about the lap 4 here. Will Stocky get it?
Is Flo going to get it?
Oh no,
No.
Flo! No.
He lost time in that last sector. He was down. He was up by 2 tenths and he's lost time. That is it then. Your pole sitter is Elite Risks in the Aston Martin for the sprint race. Congratulations to you, Mr. Elite Risks. There we go then. Confirmation of quality is about to come up on your screens. So there we go then, DT. Run us through the quality results, please.
So Elite gets pole position, followed by Stocky in P2, Flo in P3 with Razza in P4, Top Gun in P5, Juno Vane in P6, Trey RT in 7th, Wheat in 8th, CLO in 9th, Weeksy in 10th, Filthy in 11th, Brad in 12th, Scrufferdove in 13th, Tom Lock in 14th, Billy was in 15th, and Crazy Griefer disqualified in 16th.
Thank you, DT. Now I'm assuming everyone will be starting on set mediums. It'll be pretty simple for this sprint race. Remember, it is only a sprint race, so it's like F2 sprint. Top 8 only get points. The F1 flute theme sound. What?
Oh, the theme song, but on flute.
What has happened to the channel points? 50 is dumb. Wait, oh, I'm not gonna say it. 50 Sigma Joe Biden's skill issue. Okay, and then we have highlight my message, which is the obvious, and then 100 for Oof, and then we have the flute theme sound, and then we have Sue shout out, make us sing, choose a driver to focus on, the truth, mute someone on Discord. So would you like to try and sort out the F1 flute theme sound before we get going, please?
Probably can't get it up, like, might be a bit difficult.
Okay, I'll do it then. F1 flute theme sound it is. I don't know what it is.
Oh,
F1.
sprint on the formation here. Just quickly try and get it up. Oh, I can get it. I've got 4.6. Once.
Okay, here we go, guys. I'm not going to play it for too long, otherwise we get told off for copyright. So, right, as you really deemed it, here we go. It's coming through the mic.
And the flute pairing clutch.
And that is enough of that. There we go, you got your F1 flute theme sound. And I hope you enjoyed that. There we go, you got your F1 flute. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. So, pretty simple really, everyone on a set of medium tyres. I did tell you it's going to be simple. So, yep. I've got that song stuck in my head. Where's the dawn? Okay then. As we watch our man, Mr. Elite Risks, in the Aston Martin. Remember, it's only 9 laps, and top 8 score points. Below lap does not score points, unfortunately.
Oh, back in time.
We did get the F1 theme sound in as well, so dubs. We
Cool,
got it for
cool.
about 20 seconds. I didn't want to have copyright on our names. Really, I don't think you get copyright for them, but oh well. Oh my god, Brad absolutely warming up his tyres in the Ferrari. He is pointing his car all the way to the right. There we go, ladies and gentlemen, for the sprint. It's 1 light, it's 2 lights, it's 3 lights, it's 4 lights, it's 5 lights. And it's lights out and away we go. Very quick reaction from the lights, but away we go then as Elite Risk does get a good start, and Flo is already feeling the pressure from Razza. Razza looking on the outside, and there's major contact. Big contact as Stocky and Elite Risks are the only ones that have got away with everything, as Wheat is now looking on Juno Vane as he looks all the way around the outside, now switch to the inside for Wheat, but he has to back out of that situation, as what is going on here between Weeksy and Wheat. Weeksy trying to get that overtake done. There's your telemetry, and Weeksy now going all the way around the outside, and he gets pushed a little bit, squeezed by Wheat, but Weeksy's using all that ERS probably, and he's going down the straight. He is using that ERS, gaining. Can he get ahead? Trees just got that more straight on speed. Weeksy all the way around the outside. Now switch back to the inside for Weeksy as he gets to move up into P5. And now Filthy Scrubber Dub is trying to move on his teammates. Wheat falling a victim of that start. And I'll tell you who did fall off a victim. Razza and Trey RT is a little bit of touching there between Wheat and Filthy, but Wheat gets the move done. Trauty leaves the session as around the outside goes Wheat, and he's looking for the overtake on Weeksy, but he just can't get it done. A poorly start from Trauty and Razza. Did you see that, DT, what happened or not?
No, I didn't, honestly. I was focusing more on the front and pack. I think it was... He doesn't have wing damage, he's probably just span out. Probably on contact or something.
Fair enough, as Crazy Grief and Wheat, and Crazy Griefer has got ahead. I don't know why Trauty is inviting me to join his game. Can you invite Trauty, please, back to the lobby? DT?
Yes, no problem.
Very much, boss. As a little bit of the top 2 of Elite Risk and Stocky got away cleanly, other than everyone else saw a few spins. Spiddy Wiz probably got Top Gun probably got spun in the background there. So Wheat is having a terrible start as he now looks to be under pressure from the disqualified car of Crazy Griefer in quali, but Crazy Griefer's trying to make amends, and he's already on 2 points as spinning around there is Biddy Wiz. And yeah, that is just a poor sprint race going down the drain for Biddy Wiz. He's already on lap 2, and the gap between Stocky and Elite is 1 second now. As thank you DT for inviting him back.
Yep, no problem.
Him as Crazy Griefer is looking for the move on Wheat, really putting Wheat under immense pressure. As Filthy is starting to fall a little bit more back there as Crazy Griefer gets on the pound on Elite Risks, sets the fast lap of this race. Fast lap does not count in the sprint race, it does in the actual main race. You get a point for the fastest lap, which makes things a little bit more interesting as Crazy cuts turn 1 a lot. He's really trying to get it past Wheat, isn't he, DT?
Yeah, it might be close. I expect that straight now the DRS is activated is going to be a major help for him. So probably activate ERS and DRS and try and get past Wheat here as quick as he can, so he can try and push up the points and get more. He's going to get a lot. Uses ERS and DRS. Looks for the inside into the corner. Wheat. He's still pushing for it. This is great. This is a great battle. And Wheat keeps it. Good racing between both of them. Yeah, what would you say?
Yeah, it's fantastic racing. Oh, Daffodil's saying the F1, he's redeemed it once again. The theme song. We'll I'll do another 10 seconds of that after the sprint race for you, Daffodil. So we won't waste your redeem. I don't want to do it. Don't. No one else redeem it after that, please. Thank you very much.
Oh,
Oh, yep.
that's crazy
got-
fast.
Yeah, as we got on the curb too much, took too much curb, and gave him a poor exit, and Crazy Griefer is now through up into P6 of this race. A good start from Crazy Griefer. Scruff also having an alright start in the Alpine. He's looking to get past Clobane in the AlphaTauri. Top Gun's all over the back, and the Top Gun is absolutely sending it on Scruff, but Scruff goes off the track, and the Top Gun's got that inside line. Scruff is trying to hold it, but Scruff falls behind the Top Gun in the Alpine. As Scruff going to fight this back? No, but I know who is going to fight back his position is Wheat, and Crazy Griffin having a real battle.
Which
And
part?
Wheat's oh,
Switch.
a bit of contact, a bit of wheel bashing.
What was that all about? Wheat and Chris with banging wheels there. Wheat going wide there. They almost made contact there. Absolute barley, and the contact probably didn't mean to be made.
Oh, and that's it.
Oh.
Crazy's off in the wall. There was contact between Wheat and Crazy Griefer, and Crazy Griefer. All of that hard battling, that hard work has been all undone by that incident. And there's a massive train going on for Clobane. And you have Towers, Brad trying to get back into the points. As here comes Brad then, he's going to be forced to go on the outside. Is he going to go all the way around the outside? Clobane has nothing to defend except from cut in turn 1 to try and get the better exit. As now here he goes on Brad. He's pulled to the inside line of Brad. Is he going to get the move? It's a bit dangerous to overtake on the inside there.
Top Gun trying to pick up the scraps from this battle as well. P5, DRS on the DRS activation on the straight there. Gino Vane and Weeksy couldn't get close enough. We gets his teammate, probably team orders. Oh, Clobane! Clobane gets Brad. He's got spun out. Crazy Griefer.
Not
Oh no,
again.
Scruff. Scruff then Crazy.
Teammates to teammates touching each other, and to point out this situation, Clobane has got some in-plate damage on the right hand side, so that's why he is really slow, and Brad is trying absolutely everything to get past Clobane, and he's putting Clobane under immense pressure at the moment, but Brad just can't seek that opportunity to get the position on Clobane at the moment. Clobane's really held up this train.
Another person I'll keep an eye on here is Weeksy as well. Getting really close to Juno.
But Brad is going to go for the move as Juno Vane will watch Wheat and Filthy Scrubberdub. As now look, this is not team orders at Williams. This is proper fighting DT. As you can tell, as Billy Wiz is really not having a good race. To the defending to the inside so aggressively is Wheat, and he keeps that position. Shall we head back to this battle for P8 for the final points? And as Clobane pulls to the inside, and he's going to get that position. Oh, he's speaking to someone. As Clobane now is keeping ahead of Brad, and this is all probably annoying Brad, because he knows he's got wing damage and he knows he can pull away, but he's just getting that DRS back. Clobane, Brad needs to feel some tactics in that Ferrari and try and keep behind to get that DRS back down the second main straight.
Yeah, I'm back here. Same with the Alpines, no team orders as well. And Brad's still having to go at Clobane as well. just all the way into P8. I'll just have a go at that as well. Scruff went a bit wide in the exit, gave Crazy a easy pass. Brad's having go on the inside here. A good overtake and follows through and gets it. Close battle.
There was contact between Crazy Grief and Clobane when Clobane tried to switch back on his line. So this is really annoying Brad, because Clobane's going to get that DRS again. And Brad's going to fall a victim to that position once again. It's just fighting left, right and centre as trying to get a penalty. And that penalty from Junior Vane is going to affect him as Flo, 22 points behind Stocky. He is currently behind Stocky looking for the overtake, but Clobane is looking for the move on Brad, and he's going to get Brad once again. It's just battling after battling, but Brad's not going to give this up. He's now going around the outside to the inside. Is this it for Brad? Has he got the position done on Clobane? Because all he's been doing is been stood behind Clobane. And now Crazy Griefer is getting him in the mix, as there's going to be 3 wide nearly, as Brad is trying to hold his car. He's got Clobane on the inside, Brad on the outside, made a little bit, no contact there, and Clobane trying to hold his car on the inside. They're trying to keep ahead of Brad, and Brad gets the position on Clobane, but loses the position on Crazy Griefer, so at the moment, no points for the Ferrari driver.
Scruff's also having a look at scraps here. But the main one we want to keep an eye on here is P3 and P2 Stocky and Flo here. They are really getting close. Four attempts between them. Yeah? Okay. Yeah, I'm back. Right. Stocky needs to defend the inside line, I would say. What would you think, Jake? Defend the inside.
Yeah. Flo is not going to be close enough to get the overtake on Mr. Stocky, so he'll have to sit back and relax for the time being, as Elite is in a world of his own with a 2-second gap, and Trout gets another 3-second time penalty. What's going on with Brad? Brad gets the position on Crazy Griefer, and he gets DRS down the straight as we have yellow flags. I believe that is for Tom Long, and Trout is off the track as well. All 3 of them at the back are not having good races. I'll tell you what, Scruff is up into P10, and he's got the move done on Clobane. Lovely overtake from Mr. Scruffy Dub.
I think he's got part of his wing missing. That's why he's losing so many positions.
Yeah. But he's not going to give up without a fight.
Contact, they're on the inside here. Almost gets him. So both Alpines are pushing, would you say? Because we got Crazy having a go at Brad, and but we've also got Scruff defending from Clobane, while Top Gun's trying to pick up scraps.
Yeah, as Beavis does spin again. And here comes Crazy Grief for them. Who's going to be getting this last point? It's going to be Brad or Crazy Grief. Crazy Grief pulls the inside. Can't get ahead of Brad. There'll be one more opportunity to get that final point. The final point is up for grabs. As is that Flo?
Yeah, that is Flo. That's all eyes on Junior Vane here. Even with that 3-second, it won't matter.
Weeksy.
But he's also got Weeksy. Weeksy with an absolute mega overtake there. Don't matter about the switchback, he's got it done.
And let's go back to the battle.
Weeksy.
Indeed. Let's go back to the battle for the final points. As now Crazy Grief is looking up the inside, and Brad has nothing to defend. He's trying to go round the outside to hold it to the inside, and Brad just can't. He's fallen down into P9. He's not going to get that final point. As he might get that final point because Filthy Scrubber Dub has spun, and quickly but surely Brad is approaching, and here comes Brad. He's going to get that point. He's going to get the sprint point. After all that fine, he will get it. He can say thank you to Filthy Scrubber Dub. But the man who wins the sprint is Elite Risks. Will just survive even with that spin. And Weeksy will move up and Scruff looks to position as I don't know what Cobane's doing back there, having a little bit of a spin, and we patiently wait for the Red Bull of Treyarch 2.
And he ran out of fuel as well. That's why it's gone so slow.
Oh, oh, oh. And there
And
we go.
Tomlock comes round. That's it. That's it for the sprint then. Good battling, but major penalties down the order for Tomlock. What would you think of that race?
The sprint race, I feel like it was quite good towards the midfield. But we'll get you confirmed results then. As Elite Risk 1, 2 for Stocky, P3 for Flo, Weeksy, Genovane, Crazy Griefer, Brad, Filthy Scubberdub, Scruff, Top Gun, Clobang, Trey Ortiz, Tom Lock, Billy Wiz, and Raz Gamer. At the moment, Elite Risks defending that weekend and currently leading it as we all play the F1 theme song again because someone redeemed it. So here we go, guys. Enjoy.
I think it's wet.
Yes.
It still could be. There are major clouds hanging over this. It could be, it could not, it depends. I honestly think it will.
Yep, and we'll give you the tyres, and I'm going to go for a quick toilet and leave you with DT for the minute. So 5 seconds.
problem.
I'll show the tyres on the screen, and you go through the whole grid of tyres while I chuck it for a toilet. And there we go. 1 lights, 2 lights, and then your formation up. And there's your tyres. Go through all the grid, please, Mr. DT, while I go for a quick toilet. Thank you.
So it looks like Elite Stocky, Floor Weeksy, Genovane, the rest of the grid, instead of Wheat, are all on hards. So I don't know what Wheat's doing, he's probably doing the opposite. But this could mean something here. This could be interesting. But the main man, Elite, had a great quality and finished the sprint. Could he go for the hat-trick here? But with a thriving Stocky in second, and Floyd had a little bit of a spin on the final lap in P3. So, we all hope it's a good race. We all do. But for the rest of the grid, they hope they get points. Coburn finishing P12, that's not good for him. He had wing damage at the end. Trail team 13th, kept his position. Tomlock 14th, with Billy was in 15th and Razza in 16th. We can just see Lee slowing the pack down though. So this should be good here. As we still wait. Tyres here.
Back.
Start jerk. Right
Perfect
about to
timing.
start. Wheat's the only one on mediums.
Interesting. Interesting. He wants to probably go aggressive. Maybe he knows there's rain coming, but still, we don't know the weather. Yep, there's the grid.
I think I might try the 5 lights, maybe. Maybe.
Okay. We got to make your decision up in
Depends.
about 2 seconds.
I'll do it. I'll go
Okay,
for
then.
it.
Go on then.
We got 1, we got 2, we got 3, we got 4, we got 5 lights! And it's lights out and away we go! And Elite doesn't get the start he wanted, but still keeps ahead of Stocky on the start. Weeksy into P3, gets floor. It looks clean into turn 1. Has there been any contact? Yes, Crazy Griefer! Probably spun out or had contact with someone. Gonna be pushing his span out, so Crazy Griefer got the position.
Brad there, as Brad is now down to P9. Big contact between Wheat and Junuvain. The person on mediums has gone, and he's now down to P30, P15, but Junuvain's finding some massive pressure from Brad, and he's been overtaken by the... Does have damage from that contact, as Brad does move up and... Filthy Scrubber Dub, and Scrubber does get the move done on of Junuvain into the pits, funny enough, in the background, you should have seen.
Razor and Clawbane are pretty close together here. So is Tomlock. So, the start of the race, you're expecting a lot of battles here, maybe, but it all depends. Mainly.
Speedywiz
Major
has
contact,
gone.
though, I would say. Oh, sorry, what were you going to say, Jake?
Speedywiz having another bit of a spin, really. It's Crazy Grief was still within this train for P10, even though he had a poorly start in the Alpine, so he's doing well to recover himself in that Alpine. Oh, as Scruff has gone, the other Alpine has gone as well. 2 Alpines having spins, and Scruff is now down to P7, and let's have a little look. The up 8 is Razor Gamer, and looking for the overtake. Some extra points after his all. Struggling at this track. Wiz gets the first 3 seconds. Has got a 1.5 second gap to Stocky. Stocky needed to get that overtake really done before Elite flied away, but he was nowhere near to get that overtake done. Did get the start low, as you said, but he just couldn't get back. As what's happened to Stocky, he's 2.3 behind. He was 1.1 ahead of Weeksy, and now he's come a victim to that, and he's now within out of reach of what Elite Risks, and Weeks is within DRS range of Stocky, as Trey RT is out of this race. He is DNF'd, and he is out. That championship contender is losing the championship every race he DNFs like this, as Weeks is really carrying a lot of speed for that corner, and he's really looking for the overtake, don't you think, TT? He's really wanting to get this overtake done.
Yeah, he is, and he is going to. He is going to, and he will get Stocky here and gets P2. So as he said, he is pushing. He's pushing through there. Really good racing from. Honestly though, the top 10 have had more battles so far here. Because we've had Razor in P8, Crazy Griefer now in P9. It's starting to get very, very pushy here. What would you say, Jake?
I would say Stocky is going for the move on Weeksy up the inside. He's going to get it done before Tomlock, before safety car. No, Tomlock has done that actually in the pits. I don't know why, because he was doing alright, to be honest. But one Mercedes gone, one Red Bull gone, and the other Red Bull not in this lobby, so Red Bull are not getting any points. And Mercedes are down with one more driver left, and Billy Whiz has actually crashed. He has crashed coming off the straight. I don't know how you would crash there. Billy Whiz is out of this race, and one has
Safety
gone.
car?
One has left. It is a safety car, a bit of an unusual place to crash, but this is going to help Stocky because he was under threats from week C once again. So we have a car of this race, and in straight into the pits comes, and he's going to be on a set of hard tyres by the looks of on a set of hard tyres straight into the pits there. As you to pit, don't you think, DT?
I think it is a bit too early. It is a 27 lap race. Me, I would have pitted at like lap 8 just to try and even it out a bit. But if you're on the hard tyre and you want to extend it, go even more. Like maybe even like lap 15, 16, maybe push on a set softs instead. But instead of tyres right now, the gap that Elite had for Jake is gonna go way down the drain to
Yeah.
Stocky. So major problems for him. But with the pace he is on form at the moment, he'll have more chance to try and do something in this race. Wheat's pitting, so runner is pitting now. The only medium runner to set hards. What do you think of that start then, Jake?
Chaos, but interesting.
I would honestly agree with that. It's either one or the other starts to go. Honestly, so you could have a crash on straight, or you could just keep pushing through the laps and try and finish, and just try and balance it out between race pace and saving tyres. Honestly. But other than that, I think it's been a solid start on this race.
Really agreed. There's a few people in the pits, not too many, and it is a bit too early for the hard runners to pit. There we go. Everyone's on hards now.
That's going to be interesting. It's all about 7 tyres now.
It is, and it looks very gloomy out there in France. But it's not gloomy out in the real life world where I am right now.
Lovely weather, as you said.
So, a little bit of a discussion now. What team do you support, DT? Football team.
I'm a Man United supporter. Don't care about a loss against Newcastle. But F1, I'm a Mercedes fan. All day long.
Okay. Do you think Man United can stay in the top 4 in the Premier League?
Yes, I actually think they can. With a strong team they've got. Probably just a mistake that they made. Honestly, but other than that, I think they might have it in the bag. They might have it. Now I've got to bounce the question to you. Who do you support?
So, well, you're not going to like it. Tottenham.
Oh. Oh. Oh no.
Yeah.
And we're
Right,
already
1
supposed
point
to be
behind
getting your
you.
star striker. We're supposed to be getting your striker as well in the summer. Harry Kane. Because there are talks already going on. Bounce back to F1 then. F1 team. We've done Premier League or whatever it is. What about F1?
Mate, You're not going to like it as well. I'm a Max Verstappen supporter.
Oh no. Oh no, it's my nightmare.
Just gets worse, doesn't it,
It's
for
my
you?
actual nightmare. I hope that Bahrain curse comes into play now. I hope it does. A great... The Australian Grand Prix though. We already know Max won it. But do you think Mercedes could have a chance again? Because I think they were sandbagging this whole
If
time.
I don't think they... Really? Sandbagging? Wow,
Yeah.
okay then. That's a bit of an understatement. They have not been sandbagging in my opinion. They have just not had the full pace against Red Bull in any situation, so they need to make some upgrades, but they're coming back. Australia, they have some fantastic pace, and they managed to keep it within 10 seconds of the Red Bull, so if they can keep reducing that gap every single race that goes on, 10 seconds and 9 seconds, then pace of Red Bull at all. When it got towards the end of the season, Red Bull wasn't. Mercedes were nearly on par pace with Red Bull, but they have improved. Abu Dhabi, maybe Red Bull dominated that, but towards the end they have got faster and faster, and they've beaten Red Bull at least at Brazil. So, but yeah, I do think they will come back towards mid-season. They'll look at their car. They've got we've got 3 weeks now until Baku. Obviously, we did have a race between that, which was China, but obviously that got cancelled, and they've never replaced China. So we have a good little break. So we have until the 30th of April, so 4 weeks until the next race. So they've got basically a break, like a summer break, but we'll call it a spring break. So they're getting 2 breaks this time, a summer break and a spring break. But they've got 4 weeks to sort out whatever they can do to try and get back up their pace, to try and do something. But I reckon they will win a race. One of them two will win a race again this season. So fingers crossed for that.
What against the food team? The food. Nah, it's all banter. I mean, I don't mind him, but still, not a fan of him at all.
I'm a fan of the safety car coming in this lap though. Really am.
Oh yeah. You can lead this one, since I did the
will.
start. Let's make it pushy at least.
Yep.
A little bit of a cushion at the end, hopefully for elite. Let's go then.
Yep, as Elite is warming up his tyres at the moment, as we're going to nearly get underway again for the French Grand Prix, as we have 20 laps to go once we cross the line, because including this lap as well. So Elite Risk waits for the safety car to put into the pit lane, and it is now green flags and we can go racing, but no one can overtake until the overtaking line, as the rules in FRR say. Typically you would overtake right there, because that is the safety car line. Now you can start overtaking. There's no one that's really got the jump into turn 1 to make the overtake. I'll tell you who is close. Mr. Top Gun is really close to the Flo. Flo doesn't look like he's got those tyres warmed up at all in the McLaren. So Top Gun's putting pressures. Wow. Elite Risk has got a 1 second gap, and Week C is piling the pressure. Stockery off this restart.
Very confident start indeed for Elite. Only a second gap, but it'll start to pull out soon. As well, as we all know that.
Yeah, as he's already got a 1.1 second gap, and the Top Gun is really putting some pressure on Flo. He wants to get this overtake done, but there's contact between Crazy Grief and Razza, and Crazy Grief once again has been spun by another car, the 3rd time in this fourth or 5th, I can't count how many times he's been spun by someone in this race. He's going to be reporting people off this race like crazy. As looking for the move as the Alpine. As the Top Gun is really trying to get over past there. He's really trying to get past Flo in the McLaren. Just 1.5 second gap then between Stocky and Elite Risks. Elite Risks is in a world of his own own at the moment. There's a massive gap behind. Brad hasn't warmed up his tyres enough to get a good restart. Elite Risk does set the fast lap of this race, showing his true pace. And yep, we're on lap 9 now. And no DRS will be enabled until the next lap, as we're currently on board with the Haas driver, who is really close to TVA Flo. TVA Flo, if he wants a championship, he needs to start putting up some pace, because he's currently got no pace at the moment compared to the top 3 at the moment. He's nearly fallen adrift of DRS of Weeksy, but Weeksy has fallen adrift of DRS of Stocky at the moment. And no DRS will be enabled this lap, so yep. Stocky's using a bit of that ERS, and Elite Risk does look like he's under fueled, as his fuel light is red, and Filthy Scrub-a-Dub is making the move on Scruff, and he gets the position, and he's into the points paying positions then. He's P10 at the moment. As Scruff probably doesn't want to give this up with a fight. Junu Vane in P12, obviously off his contact with Wheat. He'll be looking to get a bit of a move on, but he has got to overtake Wheat. And Wheat is looking for the overtake and going all off track to get past Razza, and then going for the move on Razza. Personally, I would have just stuck behind there. I was gaining an advantage. And he's now going to look for the overtake up the inside of Razza. Razza trying to defend it all on the outside. Wheat, is he going to get the move done on Razza? He forces him a little bit off onto the curb, but just enough room left. As Razza's really trying to use all the curb. He's trying to hold it around the outside. Now to the inside for the AlphaTauri driver. He's going to try and keep his nose in there and keep Wheat knowing that he is there. But Wheat has got the position done, but Razza's got all that ERS to play around with, and now he sees the flashing red light of the Williams driver, but Williams and Wheat keeps ahead at the moment of Razza.
The ERS has been enabled as well, so the problem for Wheat using all that ERS.
Stocky is within touch and distance of DRS. He's just going to miss out by 52 thousandths of a second. Elite Risks. He is really trying to get within that DRS and actually put Elite Risks under some pressure, as Wheat has spun in the background. He has spun and he's gone around, but Clobane is looking for the move on Brad, and Clobane gets the position done into the top 6. He goes as Junu Vane gets into the points and really tries to squeeze Scruff, and Scruff taps him, and Filthy Scrub-a-Dub's up to P8 now. Razza must be struggling after that contact, as Stocky just out of DRS range by a 10th. He's really trying to get the move. Flo is trying to get the move on Weeksy DT.
Yes, Flo 2 attempts. Same with Top Gun. Top Gun's pushing here as well. He's probably gonna have a look for some scraps. Weeksy going mega slow through there, so I think Flo's gonna capitalise on that and try and put someone in between him and Top Gun by the means of Weeksy. But we've got Top Gun and Flo. Flo is going to have a go on the inside. Easy overtake against Weeksy and gets his podium place back through here. So Top Gun now has to get past Weeksy and then Flo. This is great battling between all of them here.
As I think,
Jade, back to you then.
as I think Flo has warmed up his tyres a little bit, and he's got the push on now in the McLaren. So those tyres must not have been warmed up, and he's got bunches of ERS. So does Weeksy, but Weeksy's using it. He doesn't want to give this up on Flo, as he's gaining on Flo. He's got that slipstream. He pulls to the inside, and he gets the position done, as Flo has no defence to Weeksy, and Weeksy is now up into P3, is spinning in the background again. Is Wheat having a poorly race and comes back on the track, probably to get, well, doesn't get a penalty luckily from the game. As here comes Flolem. He wants that position back. He's not going to give this up without a tussle, as the Top Gun looking ever so slight in the background. The Top Gun going up the inside. Oh, and there's a little bit of bashing, and now Flo on the inside. He doesn't want to fall into this position, as Top Gun got that tremendous grip, and he's get the position done on Flo on the outside. As the Top Gun up into P4 of this race. Some immense grip from the Haas driver, and I don't know how he's done that
Vane's on the
overtake.
spin down the back of the altar. Main focus here is Top Gun, Floor, and Weeksy. So it's basically a battle for P3 and 4 at the moment. As Top Gun is getting close, he's starting to put a gap between him and Floor, and is now pushing for the podium.
Oh dear. He's got a 3-second time penalty.
Not good, especially if you're battling. He will stay, if he keeps like this, P6 until the end of the race. But I tell you what, for he's still not going to give up, and he'll still get it. He'll still get P3 into the corner, trying not to get contact with him, and gets it done. A good job from Top Gun.
Yeah, and I'm sure that 3-second time penalty will give Weeksy the confidence a little bit. And he says if you can keep, probably Weeksy saying to himself, needs to keep within 3 seconds of the Top Gun. As the gap to the lead, we'll keep an eye on that one, is 1.5 at the moment. Stocky keeping a consistent gap between him and Elite Risks. And he was close a few laps ago to DRS. And if he would have got it, he probably would have been pushing on Elite Risks, but nothing going on between that battle now. And in the pits comes the Top Gun. He's pulled it into the pits. We're only halfway, we're just about halfway through this race. And he has pulled it into the pits on those hard run tyres. Maybe he wants to get that big undercut, but those medium run tyres will be gone towards the end of the race. The Mercedes pit crew, we're expecting Weeksy by the looks of it, but Weeksy decides to stay out. It's probably the best decision at the moment.
He's down on a set of mediums.
Yeah, that'll be to the end. As Weeks taking off the brake boards, then he's probably going to end his race with a retirement as Flo all out of shape there. But Flo's now been left between him and Weeksy. Yellow flags, and as we trying to crush himself out.
I honestly thought on my screen there that we had rain coming down. Honestly. But I can't check here because I'm not racing.
I don't have a clue what Wheat is doing. Keep an eye on him just in case he does want to crash out on purpose, and he can get a penalty for that, so I'd recommend retiring, walking it into the pits and retiring before you do anything stupid to yourself. That's what it's going to do. As there we go, Lem. Filthy Scobbered up on Brad. He's looking for the inside line, and thank you, Wheat, respectfully for retiring the pits rather than crashing out on purpose. As here comes Filthy Scobbered up, looking for the move on Brad, and he's got to be careful because he's got Razza in the background.
Razz just went off.
Oh dear.
Commentator's curse.
Oh, I didn't say anything that would give him the curse versus I said he was in the background.
Yeah, but we all know the commentator's curse can pull into play. We all seen that in the F2. I'll tell you what though, Flo and Weeksy here, the bot for P3. Brad gets 3 seconds. I think Flo's got it close enough to try and push for that overtake here. But he won't. I'd say round about this time he would pit. I think, because I think the tyres are starting to go. What would you think, Jake?
I'd say about lap 16. Filthy Scrubber-Dub gets the position. Brad up into P6 of his race. Flo wants this position. And the Top Gun will get a massive undercut in these two. But those tyres and mediums will run out towards the end. It will come back into play for Weeksy and Flo. So they've got a hope for a miracle in those two cars. As we head our way down now into the final sector as Flo gets onto the curb and nearly loses his car, but luckily still within DRS range of Weeksy.
Crazy and Brad, 2 tenths separate them here, and it'll be DRS down the straight. But I don't think he's gonna have any chance in pushing yet. So I say watch the Weeksy and Flo right now.
Brad goes really wide off the track. He is struggling in this race at the moment. As we turn back our attention then for that battle, as you said, his flow is not as close as he was, but he does have a lot more ERS. Allowing Weeksy, so maybe he can try and push it to get past Weeksy. As we go down the straight, he's just not going to have that close enough time to make the position. And yeah, he's not close enough to Weeksy at the moment, which is very unfortunate for Flo. This is going to be getting very annoying, being stuck behind the Mercedes driver.
I'll tell you, it is close. Razza and Juno Vin for the battle for P10 just so we can get a point. Speaking of that, Crazy and Brad have swapped positions here, and Crazy is now ahead of Brad. So it is starting to get a bit close. Expect someone to pull in soon. No one yet, but someone will pull in soon if they want to undercut.
Which will be Weeksy, who does pull in right now as you speak.
Oh, yes. Undercut for the back for P3 here. Let's hope it works.
Top work from
We've also got
Mercedes.
Scruffadoo as well.
The Top Gun is going to come out way ahead of Weeksy, as Weeksy does enter the end of the pit lane, but he will have fresher tyres. He will have 3-lap fresher tyres, so that'll come back to him later on in the race, so don't worry about that, Weeksy.
If I have a look for... I'm pretty sure that is... Oh, my game's glitched.
How comes?
I'm stuck on the race director thing at the end of the race.
Press your home button. Go back on yourself. As here Ali has got a 3-second time penalty. Entering the pits. Oh dear. And all Stocky needs to do now is keep within them that 3-second time penalty. That's going to really boost Stocky's confidence now as Brad does put into the pits, and Crazy Grief will take the lead of this race, as that will pile Stocky's confidence. He will now see Elite Risks has that penalty, and he is now going to come out ahead. Is he going to come out? This is vital for his race as Stocky pulls to the racing line, and he's now side by side with Ginu Vane, and Ginu Vane's now going to go around the outside, and there's a bit of contact involved, and now Ginu Vane is seeing the pressure. Razza's on the inside, and what is going on here around the outside? More contact between the Top Gun and Stocky, and Stocky's now out of 3 seconds, and looking on the outside is Ginu Vane of Razza Gamer. Now Ginu Vane trying to switch it to the inside line, maybe try and get Razza. He can't get the move. And all that battling has undone Stocky's work. And Stocky is now... Oh, there's a battle for the lead. It's Crazy Grief and Scrub. And Scrubby Dub takes the lead without a pit stop. And Crazy Grief are now on the inside. He gets squeezed by Filthy, but he takes that lead. As Stocky's battling has his hard work of 2 seconds in Elite Risks. His hard work is done at the moment. And all those coming out of the pits behind, nearly behind the Top Gun, Ginu Vane, all that battling. He's now 4 seconds nearly to Elite Risks. Are you back in now, DT?
Nope. I'm gonna have to restart my game.
Yep. As Crazy Griefer does pit, and Filthy will. And that is very. In the pitch, as DT has left the session, we'll give him a quick invite to make sure to go and properly restart your game. As TV8 Flow is up into P7, all quiet and all this, and he's come out way behind Weeksy in the battle for P3, so that's going to hurt him a little bit. But Weeksy needs to get past He needs to get past Junior Vane. Junior Vane coming on 14 lap old hards. So he really needs to get past Junior Vane here if he wants any chance of getting that top 3. Let's look how much grip compared with Weeksy. Down the straight then he goes. This is probably going to be a pretty simple overtake using that ERS. Junior Vane trying to defend his position as Weeksy's going to have to, it's been forced to use all of it. He doesn't want to get held up. Up the inside goes Weeksy. Junior Vane trying to hold his car, but he can't get the position done. And that is it. Weeksy up into P5. It will be a net P3 at the moment.
Backing, so be aware of me joining.
Yeah, gap between Stocky and Elite Risk is 4 seconds. So unless we see a safety car, I think Elite Risks is looking to pile home that victory. And it's currently 3.6. Filthy Scrubber are probably looking for a safety car in this race, as he currently is near 3.5 second. Well, gap between Elite Risk and Filthy is 3.4. So yeah, it's gonna fall right back down the grid as we do have a DT back in the session. The gap between Crazy and Filthy is 21 seconds. That is the battle that them two are having, as Filthy is probably enjoying his time in the lead. But it won't be for too long unless he pits this lap or he wants to get in a little bit of a battle with Elite Risks. And I think who would love that if Elite Risks got in a battle with Filthy. Stocky would, because Stocky needs something to happen with Elite Risks if he wants to win this race. As Flo moves up into P6, he is now side by side and he gets ahead as we do have yellow flags for Razza Gamer. As here comes Junior Vane on the outside, he's fighting back, he's got that straight line speed, he makes contact with Flo, but Flo keeps it on the racing line and he comes back on the track, and Junior Vane doesn't want to get a penalty by coming back on the track dangerously, and he comes back on the track in P7 behind Flo. There's massive contact between those two drivers there. And you're back in now, DT?
Yeah, I'm back in actually. So I'll get to see the final part of the race.
That's good. And we Filthy Scrubber Dub stays out. And this is going to help Stocky a lot. Because if Elite Risk gets stuck behind Filthy, this is going to gain the opportunity for Stocky to catch up and maybe get back in with those 3 seconds.
Another one down in P8 and 7, as I said it. Clubbin gets P7 on the overtake in the final corner. So good job from him there. But if there is a battle you want to watch, keep an eye on the front of the pack.
Indeed. As here comes, this is vital for Elite Risk to get past now. If he wants to have that opportunity, he has got that 3 second time, but it's vital to get the position. It's vital to go up the inside, and he can't get the move done. As now, this is going to hold up Elite Risks. He has to get it done if he wants to win this race. Filthy won't give this up, as they're now side by side, and Filthy's using all of his DRS to keep ahead of Elite Risks, and he's really squeezing Elite Risks. Gap between him and Stocky 4.9. Elite Risk pulls to the inside line. Filthy trying to defend that position as Elite Risk does take the lead. More grippier tyres, as that won't really help him out, but it's not going to give up. Filthy's up the inside, and it's going to be contact all the way around the outside goes Elite Risks, and there Elite Risk gets the position done. As Filthy is going to pull into the pits, and Stocky has gained about 8 tenths on Elite Risks, but not enough to get him the victory at the moment. DT?
Yep, down in P9 as well, we've got Crazy and Junior Vane. So he hasn't been able to get on Clubbin. He's 3.6, but Crazy with the RS going into the final corner and down the straight will get P8. So a good job from Crazy.
Easier said than done.
But P3 and P2 Top Gun, if he can gain on Stocky, this would well and truly be enough for a great battle between them.
got to remember the Top Gun does not have the best tyres at the moment compared to Weeks. If Weeks wants this podium, he needs to really push and not get a 3-second time penalty.
He at least needs to gain another second on here, so I would just push. Really? Hammer time?
Yeah. Not really much going on now. The field is a bit more spreaded out. So it is much spreaded out, so we won't see much action. There's a Top Gun on those old mediums. Still keeping within DRS range of Stocky, but not really putting Stocky under a lot of pressure. There's your there's your tyres. Junior Vane staying out on 17 lap old hards at the moment, and currently sat in P8, but with that time penalty he'll lose to Filthy at the moment.
He would lose to Filthy but still get point unless he spins out.
He does have a 9 seconds, so he's got to be careful that he doesn't lose it to Scruff.
True, actually. Oh,
Now,
Jimmy Finn's out.
oh, is that going to be a safety car? He's crashed it, and there we go. It's a safety car, and that is
Free
really
pit stop.
played. Yep, that's going to put Scott. That Razza will have to be the first to pit if he does pit, and he is not going to pit.
No.
He stays out. But do you know what this is going to do?
If I were you, I would pit onto a set of softs to push to this final part of the race.
Yep, and this is going to help Stocky. He's going to get within 3 seconds of Elite Risks, and all Elite Risks' hard work is undone. It is truly undone. Because now Elite Risks has that 3 sec. Elite Risks needs to pull a gap.
Is that the second safety car of this race?
That is your second safety car race.
Wow. So, major problem, as you said, major problem for Elite and Top Gun as well. To Weeksy for that final podium place. So keep an eye on that as well. And I was correct. Elite is pitting for a set of softs. So Stocky, everyone is. So they've went for the smart decision. This is going to be a great end to the race, Jerk. Or am I still by myself? So yeah, Top Gun pits, Stocky pits, everyone is pitting, but Razza has had a spin, Scruffadub's down there. It's going to be a shootout for this end of the race. There's Flo's lost positions as well. Not good for Flo at all. Jake, you with us?
Yeah.
Alright.
I think you do the speaking
Just
for a minute.
silent. As we all know, all the packs just gonna bunch up together. It's gonna be everyone piling into a bed for once. This should be a good end to the race. What would you think?
I think it's going to be chaos. I think it's going to be contact all around. But yeah, I think Stocky could win this race unless Elite Risk pulls off a blinder and absolutely picks up his pace and tries to win this race with that 3 second time penalty.
We did see him before the sprint race in quali. He did have pace on those softs.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see him just pull out and win this race by the whiskers on his chin. As I think only Scruffadub and Razza need to catch up and then we could have the restart. I'm pretty sure it'll be a free 2-lap thing. Rabbits.
Oh yeah, I wonder, because he was away from P2, he's decided to call it into the pits. Maybe he wants a fresher set of softs. He's putting a fresher set of softs by the looks of it. Everyone is on fresh softs, by the way. 1 lap old. Brad will be on 0 lap old. So yeah,
So,
there's your penalties. Everyone has a free sec. Well, not everyone, but Elite Risk, Top Gun, Raz and Brad does all have a 3-second time penalty at the moment.
So I say final point, Brad and Razza should be having a battle here, even though they've both got penalties.
Yeah. Stocky really needs to know that he can't make any mistakes from now on, because he's got Elite Risk who's really rapid. And if he wants to win this race, he needs to keep within 3 seconds. It's easier said than done, to be honest. Easier said than done.
As here we go, Brad is going to close up here. And I think we will have safety car in this lap, if not next. Once we get to those final couple of corners, it'll say.
There we go. Confirmation. Safety car is in this lap, so we are going to have to keep our eye on this, because now this is going to turn into chaos. Because obviously everyone starts to push with a late safety car. Everyone does start to push, does start to kill each other basically. Welcome to late safety cars and leagues. Happens in a lot of leagues I've seen. Everyone starts to push because it's the final laps of the race. And they're all bunched up. So here we go then.
It'll probably start pushing here.
As we keep
He did it last lap, he'll do it. He didn't on the last one, will he do it on this one?
same place, same time. No, he's gonna go late as possible.
Smart idea. Yep, here we go. And it's off. For a 3 lap, 2 lap shootout here.
3, because including the
Oh,
lap they're
3.
racing on.
Here we go.
So here we go,
No
racing.
DRS. That's gonna be a problem. Here we go.
It's crazy grief and he loses it on the exit. And he's going to fall victim. Is he going to fall a victim to TV8 Flo? As Flo looks up the inside, he's really trying to push. And he doesn't get a position as of yet, as everyone is looking for overtakes, but they're not close enough to get that overtake done. This is Stocky now is 6/10 at the moment. He will win this race. Weeksy would get the final podium, as we're watching TV8 Flo as he is looking for the overtake now. On Crazy Grief, he pulls to the inside. He absolutely sends it. He's not going to give this up, and he has been spun. Contact, as you say, massive contact as Flo moves out of the points, and that's really going to hamper his championship at the moment. He is only 22 points behind, but it is going to hamper him. It's going to really hamper him, as Stocky is within 7/10 at the moment of Elite Risks. So at the moment, he is winning this race. Who's going to get the final podium? At the moment, it will be Weeksy, but he's got pressure from behind. He's got pressure from Globane, from Crazy Grief, from Filthy Squabberdub. DT.
Final podium position, as you said, it's going to be a close one. Same with the win. If Elite might not pull out as much. Top Gun sets fastest lap. My eye's gonna be on Weeksy or Clobburn here, just in case that final position could go down to the final lap. Back to you, Devon Jake.
Yeah, as Stocky is just keeping within that 3 seconds of Elite. Elite might be a bit annoyed about that safety car, because he is got a 3 second time penalty, as the gap between Stocky and Elite Race is now 0.8 of a second. As we're watching Clobane for this final podium Or it might be the Top Gun if they really do fight, because currently Top Gun's got a 2-second gap. So if they do fight behind, if they fight for P4, that podium could be gone in any moments. But the Top Gun could fight with Stocky, and maybe that'd be the gap. The gap currently between Weeksy and the Top Gun is 2.4. So at the moment, Weeksy's within that gap. But if they start fighting, Weeksy could lose that podium. So he'll need something to happen with Stocky and the Top Gun. Stocky currently within 1 second now of Elite Risk. Elite Risk piling 2/10 on this lap on Stocky. So at the moment, it won't be enough. He needs to get 2 seconds as we are now about to start our final lap of the race in FRR and our first sprint this season, as DRS will be enabled for the final lap, as that will really hamper Weeksy a lot. He doesn't need DRS, but he's got to save all that ERS, and that's going to hurt Stocky a little bit as he's in this battle as well, and he can't afford to lose positions, and he can't afford to fight if he wants to win this race. As now the gap, can he get with DRS of Elite Risk? He needs it. He needs it badly. I don't think he's going to get it. Is he going to get it? He's with him.
He got it.
Yeah, he's got it. Great from Stocky. Yeah, that's
Well, I'll
really
tell you
helped
what,
him.
here, it's going to be close between Top Gun and Weeksy. 2.5 the gap right now. He just needs an extra 5/10.
Oh, and Raz has been spun. He was in the battle with his scruff and he's spun around. And that point will go to TP8 Flow, but he might get an extra point from Brad having that penalty as Raz has just stopped there. He's not moving. His nose is over for him. No points for Razza, but at the moment the pile the win. Elite Risks is looking like he's going to finish P2 as Weeksy's not within that 3 seconds of Elite Risks. But then, around the final corner then, on track, it will be Elite Risks, but by penalties, it's going to be Stocky who wins the race in Paul Ricard. Elite Risk wins on track, but Stocky takes the victory. The Top Gun will finish below Weeksy, and Globane will settle for P5. Crazy Grief for P6, Filthy P7, Scruff P8. Flo will get 2 points. As Brad will get the final point in this race as we wait patiently for Razor Gamer to come across the line. There we go, comes across the line.
There we go. Do you think we'll get anyone interviewing today?
We'll have to see.
I think there's going to be a lot talk in the chat for.
Yeah, indeed. There we go. Do you want to go through our results in the race?
Yep, I'll happily do that. So, at the end of this, it will be Stocky in P1 because of penalties, Elite in P2, Weeksy in P3, Top Gun in P4, Crazy Grief in P5, Clovin in P6, Flo in P7, Filthy Scrubadub in P8, Junior Vane in P9, Scruffadub in P10 for 5 point. But then it'll be... Oh no, I was wrong there. I was looking at the wrong thing. So it'd be Brad in P10, Razza in P11, Junior Vane in P12, Wheat in P13, and Tomlock in P14, with the rest of the group being Billy was retiring and Trey RT in P16.
You
I was looking at
butchered.
the whole wrong thing.
You butchered the race results there. You've gone from the weekend results.
Yep. Dumb me.
Right then, apparently all the top 4 needs to go. All 4 of them said, I need to go now. So, pretty typical, eh? So it looks like we're doing interviews tonight.
Yep.
There we go. We'll go through quickly your results. As yeah, Stocky does round out the whole weekend from Elite Risk. Elite Risk still strong, solid weekend from the man. Yeah. I wish you gave me a reason to ignore my bad singing. That was awful singing. So yeah. We're saying, do you pay these guys to cause late safety cars? Because he's probably lost his win. He's not too happy.
I don't think anyone would, honestly. Negative, sir, said Stocky.
Well, it looks like we won't be getting interviews tonight as no one wants to join them. So, that has been Tier 1 today. Pretty simple. Well, not really. I would say,
Exciting.
yeah, been a little bit exciting. Not as
Therefore.
exciting as Bahrain last week because that was massive for the victory. They went down to the wire. Any last thoughts before we do go away from Tier 1 today?
Nothing really, actually. I'm just really happy about it. But a bit unlucky for Elite, as we know. But overall, it clean.
Fair enough then. Well,
So,
that's it. That's his thoughts of the race. I do appreciate you joining me, DT, for today. Well, yeah, no
yep, no
interviews.
problem.
But no interviews today in FRR, as no everyone apparently needs to go. So, funny, but typical. So, yeah, join us tomorrow, hopefully, for Tier 2, where Josh should be streaming that race. And Saturday F2, I'm not too sure I will be there streaming, so I don't know who will be there. Next Monday, hopefully Josh, and next Tuesday Josh. I won't be here this Saturday, next Monday, and probably the Saturday after. So it'll be a bit of a break for me, but I will be back definitely for I'll be back definitely for Brazil, but not for China in Tier 1. So I'll be definitely back for Brazil for that race alone. But today, this has been FRR Tier 1 and a great race. So join us tomorrow for Tier 2 where we'll be back for France again. And I've been your host, General Jake. Joined alongside me is...
Me, DTYT.
Thank you for joining me. Take care now. We'll speak to you tomorrow, hopefully. This has been FRR Tier 1. Peace.